Hello and welcome to issue number 33 of Headline Heroes, a comedy podcast where we take today's headlines and create a comic book origin story. My name is Drew Mick.
I'm Nathan Haynes.
And I'm Tanner Ackerman.
Well, here we are. Tanner, I know this is the first one we're recording where it's after your big move. You're in your big boy place now.
Mm-hmm.
How was it?
Oh, it was good. The move went really smooth. We're getting settled in now. You know when you move though, like you keep misplacing things. Like I swear I set stuff down and it's always missing, and every light bulb in the place was burnt out when we moved in. But other than that, it's been mostly smooth.
Yeah, I mean that's normal house stuff, right?
Was that how it was for you, Nate, when you moved into your new place?
Oh no, all my bulbs are fine, and I can find everything. But I mean, it's a different situation though. I was moving in with somebody. It's
That's
very
true.
different.
That is true. Yeah. Are you enjoying all this space, or Tanner?
Yeah, I mean it's really nice having all this space, and sometimes it is a little weird because, like, I swear, like, I'll have put a bunch of stuff in a room and then I'll open the door and there's nothing in that room. But, I mean, it's just, that's part of having all this space, I think.
You get turned around. There's a lot of new rooms in your life. Like, you kind of put something down, you just forget where you put it. It's easy mistake.
I also think it's just, you've never had this big of a place. So it's kind of like a lot of emptiness in there. So you're probably getting those rooms mixed up and whatnot.
Yeah, and with like the bigger space, the days kind of don't end. I don't know what day it is, and it's always light out. It never becomes night, but it's just all that space.
Now you didn't buy a house in like Alaska or something, right?
No, just
is that where they have like perpetual days for like 7 months of the year?
The good old Nebraska, right?
Yeah, the Cornhusker State. I think that's what they call it. I don't know. I'm not from here.
You're still there, though.
Yeah, so it is really weird that the sun doesn't set and there's constantly screaming outside, but I can never find anyone outside that's screaming.
You might look into a neighborhood watch or something.
Yeah.
I mean, that doesn't happen for me, but, different states. And it's just kind of different housing markets. You know how it is.
Yeah. I mean, I think Minnesota just doesn't have anyone that screams.
Mm-hmm. We have a very quiet state.
As it is called the quiet state, yeah.
This is true.
Well, glad to hear that all went out well for you. Good luck with all that. We do have a voicemail here.
I think is it from your brother? I think I saw that.
Oh yeah, it looks like he sent us a voicemail.
All right, let's play that.
Hi, Headline Heroes. Question for you. So I just helped my brother move into his new house, and while helping him move, I realized this house is haunted as shit. How do I tell him?
Huh. Well.
Huh. Did
Tanner?
That's
I mean, you have another brother, right? Was he talking about him?
Yeah, I got 3 other brothers, so I don't remember any of them moving recently.
Well, with the move though, you probably just forgot.
That's
like you
true.
moved yourself. You just let it slip out of your mind.
Yeah, it's probably. I don't know how.
It's probably fine.
How would I tell one of my brothers that their place was haunted?
Well, apparently you're going to have to tell one of your brothers that their place is haunted.
You know what I would do? I would call into their Google Voice number that they made for their podcast and tell them. So if they have a podcast, you should do that for them.
That's one way to do it. I like where you're going with that.
That's a bold move. What are you hoping to accomplish there?
It really one, don't have to interact with them in person, which is nice. You don't actually have to have a conversation with them, but you do get to get that information out there, wipe your hands off and get out of there. So
I see.
I would just write them a firmly worded letter.
Okay. Where would you leave it?
I would burn the edges of it and hide it in their attic.
Yeah. And you're going to want to write it in blood because that ink is going to fade if they don't find it right away.
Yeah, well, and you want it to be personal. I mean, if you got to tell your brother something like this, you got to make sure it's coming from the heart.
I mean, that's kind of what I was thinking. I was thinking I would burn it into their front yard or something. 2 simple words, get out. Keep it
or just
short
go
and
scream
simple.
in front of their house, just like at all times to try and alert them that something could be happening inside the home.
That's another really good idea.
Now, you don't think that those screams you're hearing? No,
that's hey Drew, don't be dumb right now, okay?
Trying every day.
Drew, did you listen to the question? It was.
I've had enough conspiracy theories from you.
Yeah, chemtrails, flat Earth.
Now you're talking some sense.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Tanner, glad to hear that you're moving with a success, but I'm sad to see that another one of your brothers has a haunted house, but I'm sure you'll be able to help them out with it. Maybe they can move in with you.
Yeah, I'll have to look into that.
Should we get to the matter at hand?
Yeah, what is that, Nate?
Well, why don't I tell you? Well, first of all, Drew, why don't I tell you what we do here on this podcast, and then we'll kind of go from
That's what
there.
I was asking,
maybe...
yeah. But all
I
right.
know. Well, we're in agreement then. So on this podcast, every week, we comb the internet, we find those odd bits and pieces, those strange headlines out there that you see on different websites, and we pull them all together. We select one at random, and then we use it as an origin story for a superhero or supervillain. So Tanner, what's going on this week?
Let's see. So this week we're going to be making a villain, because last week we made the hero, the Phantom Flush, which was a
Right.
Instant classic.
ghost/bar owner combo, where he obviously wore a toilet on his back as a backpack, like Banjo-Kazooie, with a ghost
I
in the
was
back.
thinking about that after the fact, and it's a real shame that we fell into that classic trope of man wearing toilet on back with ghost inside.
Yeah,
I can't believe we tripped right into that one.
we're usually more creative than that. This week, we're making a hero, and the article that I had picked at random here is it's number 1 for you guys, and that article is mop wearing Florida man looking for eggs, terrified entire family.
Good. Now I got a mop wearing Florida man. In what way before you read the article, how do you think he was wearing it?
Well,
My guess, on his head.
I honestly think that it was the mop and it was wearing Florida Man.
Oh.
You
No,
know?
they do have the dash in there.
Oh, well, that's probably just a typo.
Nate, what was your guess?
I guess I kind of just assumed he had like attached it to his back so that the mop was actually draped over his head. I don't know, like maybe he stuck it down his shirt. Because, I mean, you want to have those hands free, you know?
Yeah, I mean, you gotta have him free if you're gonna be looking for eggs.
Okay, so...
I'm like watching the video to see if there's any example as to how he wore it, but nope.
None
whatsoever. What a cool man. Okay.
He was looking for an egg because he was short one and needed eggs to make a cake.
Cool man.
What, like, this
He's a baker.
There's a few people in the world that I'd be like, yeah, that's someone I'd catch a beer with. I think this guy just made the list.
Okay, I'll give you that. That's fair. Okay.
So, my first question is, were the eggs his children or something?
So the cake story was just a cover-up.
Well, I mean, if I was just going off headline alone, I might be able to assume that.
Wait, there's a cake story?
Yeah, he says that when the police asked him why he was doing it, he said, I was short of an egg and I needed eggs to make a cake.
Then yeah, it was probably just a cover story right there. But
well, I mean, what else
yeah,
would
I mean,
you
it's
do?
easily-
You're gonna put on a mop. You're gonna go terrorize a family and ask for an egg.
I think this guy's an alien.
And was he wearing the mop as like a disguise to try to look human?
Yeah, he wore it for a wig or something, and then he was just naked. Hello, fellow human. Have you seen my eggs?
That just sounds more innocent than villainous.
Well, then he got arrested, and we talked about it before. Jail really changes you, you know?
That, or he's a custodian who lost his job because of a bunch of students chucking eggs inside of a school, and he didn't clean it up fast enough. So now he's gone crazy trying to get rid of all eggs.
So, I thought you were saying he got egged, like a bunch of people egged him, and then he was just like, I'll show them, and he was going door to door. Need eggs!
Oh, that would work too.
I need eggs right now! Or maybe the family in this house were the ones who egged him, and he wanted to take their eggs away. They've lost egg privileges.
No, I like the idea. Maybe he's trying to egg him back, and maybe all of his crimes are teenage pranks.
Okay.
So he like forks the lawn of the police station.
So, TP'd the fire station, something like that.
Yeah. And he goes into a bank and
but why?
He lights firecrackers and puts them in all the toilets in the bank.
Why a mop?
Well, it's a disguise, Drew. He's a janitor.
So, it was one of those things where he's like, oh, I want to go do this. And he's like, but I need a disguise. And he like looks around the room and there's just like a mop and he's like, perfect.
Or maybe
bingo.
Could it be something where he was the victim of another prank where they stole his clothes and he just grabbed whatever he could?
That was a mop and he chose to cover his head.
It's solely a mop.
Yeah. He's like looking around. There's like a custodial suit, some toilet paper. Nah, the mop. I gotta go for the mop.
I thought you were going to say it was a prank where they glued the mop to his head.
Ooh, that could also be it.
That would work.
And then it's just so he permanently has this mop now?
On his head. Like how the Joker has that makeup permanently.
Yeah. So why is he
Do you guys
naked?
know if the current iteration of the Joker is damaged in any way?
Well, isn't it the thing where he skinned his own face and put it
Wait,
back
which
on?
one?
No.
Are you
I
talking
thought
about
you were talking about the movie Joker.
the movie one?
Oh, Jared Leto? I mean, he lost all his teeth.
I was making a joke about how he had that tattoo that's damaged on his forehead.
I forgot about that. I
Just in
didn't.
case you didn't quite understand that he was
I didn't get your joke
like,
there. That was a
deranged.
very good joke. Good
The
lord.
angsty
Is he damaged?
teenage Joker.
Anyway, so okay. I feel like we're drifting here. Maybe we're still in the ideas phase, but
Yes.
I sort of liked the vein that we hit on. What I like as far as like one aspect being the whole prank thing.
Okay.
So maybe that mop thing was a prank that went horribly wrong and like damaged him in a like in a mental way.
So he went
he's
absolute
now
crazy, and now he permanently has this mop. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and he's like all he knows is revenge via pranks. But he sort of at some point he sort of loses sight of the kids that glued this mop to him and egged his house and everything, and he just starts to he gets them and he just can't stop. He's got to keep pranking. He can't stop pranking.
Does do his pranks escalate? Like, does he light? Like he starts off lighting bags of dog poop and leaving them on the porch, and then eventually it turns into literally like bags full of gunpowder or something.
Okay, let me hit you with this.
Yeah.
He goes from dog poop, and then he escalates to like he goes to the zoo. He sneaks in after hours. He gets like some tiger poop, maybe some rhino poop,
Some
and he
tiger
starts
poop.
leaving those.
Is it like striped poop or something? I think that's how.
It's just bigger, I think, probably,
Oh.
and it's just like escalating.
It's that imported shit.
It's like good poop. So he doesn't get more malicious with his pranks. He just goes bigger.
I mean, he could. I
He,
just
he
thought that was
gets
a funny joke.
bigger. He's like collecting elephant poop for weeks, so it's a giant bag of poop.
He's going to yards, and instead of forking them, he's pitchforking them. Like,
Instead of toilet
geez.
paper, it's what's worse than toilet paper?
Duct tape.
That's be so hard to throw though.
Just
Yeah.
to paper towels, and then to
Yeah, he gets like 6-ply paper towel.
and then there's
So
got to
he's
be
mostly
something
a
above.
minor inconvenience.
Or like those he gets those industrial things of toilet paper that businesses use that are super heavy, and he goes to throw that, and it just goes right through the window.
It's just breaking shit.
Got you. He runs away. Now, he is naked, right? Is he naked?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if he's in the story, but it doesn't specify, so I think he could be.
I kind of.
Is streaking like a prank? Is that like a prank?
Yeah,
Kinda.
I mean,
If you
we,
streak-
we've all streaked through a movie theater before.
At the old folks' home. Yeah, I remember.
Drew was there.
What was did you guys ever do pranks in high school? Was that a thing you guys did? Did you do any fun ones?
There was that time where we let all those pigs loose in the school.
Now, that doesn't sound real, but I
then-
don't know enough to dispute it.
We painted numbers on them. There were only 3 of them. We painted
No, you
number
didn't.
1,
Fuck
2, and 4. And so they kept looking for number 3 all day. That was a Drew original. Drew takes credit for that one.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. The best pranks really mess with your mind. Like I forked a yard one time in high school, and I numbered all of them 1 through 100, except I didn't do 97.
There was one prank that was done on me where someone put maxi pads all over my car and then Vaseline under my car door handle. So when I went to pull the handle, my hand just slipped off.
Yeah.
Oh, did you
And
ever
then your
figure out
hands
who
all
that
gross,
was?
Which is the worst part.
Oh, yeah, I know who it was.
Okay.
Sons of bitches.
Yeah, what about you, man? Nate, come on.
Yeah, you prank a lot?
Cool. Well, my favorite. Oh man, I was such a prankster. My favorite one was when I locked these people in a kind of like a dilapidated bathroom, and they were like chained to the wall. And it turns out the key they needed to actually get out was inside of a dead body. So,
Oh, whoa.
man, they hated that, and it was very funny. I got them good.
Classic.
Did you do any other ones?
I locked a person in a room. I think there was razor wire that they had to climb out through.
Oh.
It was like there was an exit, but they thought they could get out, and they ended up bleeding to death, I think. So, pretty good, I guess. My other one involved a bear trap in somebody's head, but we don't even have to get into that one. A magician shouldn't reveal all his secrets.
Oh man, that reminds me. One time in high school, we threw a bunch of water balloons at cars, but
yeah.
Well, how many bear traps were in them?
oh
Yeah.
one.
Oh, okay. I mean, that's pretty good, I guess.
It's pretty fucking sick, Nate.
I don't think
Listen,
we should visit Nate anymore.
Listen, hey, jealousy doesn't look good on you both. So, just like a quick note from me to you.
Were there any ones where you had to like force them to cut off like an extremity and then use
Almost all
that
of them.
to like counterbalance something to then it will open the door or something?
One person they had to poop in a toilet, but I took the seat off.
Oh man.
What the fuck, Nate?
They were uncomfortable. I mean, they knew it was gone.
Pranks
so
are
they didn't hurt
supposed to
their
be
tailbone.
lighthearted. What the hell, Nate?
That's good. Where are we? What are we doing?
Pranks.
So this guy was pranked one too many times, went crazy, permanently has this mop glued on him. So now he's a pranking villain.
Naturally.
I think so. So okay, I feel like we've gone one level. We got the base, a prank, toilet paper, level kind of thing. We got the next step up, which is like pitchfork and yard. Like what's beyond that? Like what's a city size prank? What's like a global prank he's trying to play? Even if he doesn't get there quite yet, like what's his goal?
What are some common pranks?
Well, maybe he's trying to create like a giant whirlpool in the middle of a city to do the world's biggest swirly.
Is that a prank?
Yeah, where you shove someone's head in the toilet. Oh, dude, I used to do that
isn't
all
that
the
just
time.
bullying?
No, it's hilarious. Drew loved it.
I did. I loved it. It could be he's trying to saran wrap the whole city.
Oh, that's a good one.
So people are trying to drive into work and they're like, I can't wait to get to work
And
today. And then they just
boing.
bounce off of a thing.
And maybe people are stuck inside buildings.
Oh, okay. Maybe, you know that prank where you put clear Jello in a toilet, so when they pee on it, it splatters everywhere. Maybe he
Sorry,
does
did you
that.
say clear Jello?
Yeah,
What?
you've never done that?
What?
I'll be honest, I've never heard of this one.
Yeah, you put
I
clear
have
Jello.
heard of like saran wrap that you like.
No, you just put clear Jello in it, and so
seems
they
like
pee on
more
it
work.
That
splatters.
seems like a lot of work.
Well, shut up. So then maybe he makes a whole lake Jello. That'd be fun.
Oh, so like people jump
I mean,
in
I think that's a fun
and they
prank.
just boints. That's right.
they boints, yeah,
They boints. People jump in, cannonball, boing.
and they boints off.
They boints off.
And then boints off into space.
It's very bouncy.
That'd be fun.
So
Sounds fun to me.
yeah, so he starts small and then he eventually gets up to that level where he's just doing huge elaborate pranks across the city. Yeah, I like that. So
Let's see.
did we determine if swirlies were a prank? Are
Like, I don't think I would count a swirly
are
as
noogies
a
a
prank.
prank? Like
Well,
No.
is gluing a mop to someone's head a prank?
yeah, what if
I
if
guess,
it's
yeah, it
it depends
is.
on how elaborate it is. Like what if
Yeah,
you know
what
the
if
old
it fell
prank
from a
where
door?
there's a bucket of water on top of
Yeah.
the door? Would it just replace the bucket of water with glued mop, sticky mop, and then it just falls on his head?
Okay, I'll give you that. Which, speaking of which, maybe he breaks open a dam and it's like the world's biggest dropping a bucket of water on someone.
Well, it's triggered by someone opening a door.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
he yells April Fools when it happens.
A guy opens a door to go into the bank. You see the camera pans along, and you're seeing it's tugging a string until it gets to the dam, and then it triggers an explosion. April Fools. And then there's tiger poop.
Then he stepped in tiger poop.
Tiger poop everywhere. What if the escalation is like he left a tiger in a building to poop
And it
everywhere,
pooped everywhere.
but literally at the end of the day, it's just there's a tiger in there and it has
Like he fed it a bunch of laxatives.
Oh, no.
So there's just poop everywhere and an angry tiger. That's a good prank.
It's a pretty good prank.
I'm trying to think of what other pranks are out there.
Let's see what this resource Google has to offer. Common pranks.
There's the one
What
where
about-
you wait till your friend falls asleep, then you throw flour in their face.
Or stick their hand in water.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the water one sounds like a prank. The flower thing does again. Tanner just sounds like you're bullying people.
No, come on. Ask Drew. He loved all this. So maybe he makes everyone pee their pants one night.
He's
That would
there's
actually
the
be awesome.
brown note, but then there's actually the yellow note, and he figures that out and plays it. across the
Yes,
city.
absolutely he does.
Yes.
There's the prank of wrapping the rubber band around the faucet sprayer.
Oh, okay. Does he do that with
Ooh,
a
that's a
fire
good
hose
one.
instead?
So
Yes.
how does that work?
So someone opens the door to the bank and it gets sprayed with a fire hose?
Just always that bank door, or someone just turns on a sink to wash their hands,
They get sprayed by
and then
fire hose.
there's a fire hose set up in the window.
Just knocks
Except
them out.
it sprays like and breaks the glass, so they're getting sprayed with everything.
I like that. I like this. He basically just takes pranks too far.
There's the classic prank of changing someone's autocorrect.
Yeah, so instead of like, I love you, it says, I'm going to commit genocide tonight.
Another high school Tanner classic right there. I was trying to think on a larger scale, how would that, like, what if the emergency, like, speakers, he just replaces the recording to say
With
something?
what?
I don't know. April Fools, but then the real prank is they're all dead because they didn't take cover.
The real prank was inside you the whole time.
Yeah, that's about all I got. I found a BuzzFeed list, and they're all really dumb. So, thanks, BuzzFeed.
What, on BuzzFeed?
Yeah, I know, right? I couldn't believe it.
Is there like a prank where? Tell me if this is a prank that exists in the world that is common. Is there like a prank where you like set something up like very delicately so that the next person who touches it just like falls into a million pieces?
That's how I always
Is that
got
like
my sister in trouble when we were growing up.
That's a prank.
That's
I
a
broke
good
it
prank.
first, and then yeah.
It's like I imagine he's got it so that like if you lean against one spot in a wall, like a whole building just collapses.
So you open the bank door,
Again with the bank door,
and then
yeah.
everything just breaks. And then that guy gets arrested for vandalism, obviously.
So what's the natural progression of eggs?
Oh, I forgot
Ostrich.
when we started.
We got to get back to those eggs.
He
just to see what
needs
it goes
those
to.
ostrich eggs.
That feels like tier 2. What's
Does,
the tier
does he
3?
eventually try
right.
to like break into a museum to get their like dinosaur eggs, fossilized dinosaur eggs?
Yes.
And then he
Ruining history.
Yes. And then he throws them at some dude's house.
they're very much fossilized, petrified. They just break.
Yeah.
Does he throw them at the White House?
Yes.
Oh, that's a big goal right there. Forking,
wants to
egging the White
egg-
House.
Yeah, he's gonna put pitchforks in the yard and then throw fossilized dinosaur eggs at the White House.
Absolutely. Is
There.
dinosaur egg tier 3?
I think so.
I think so.
Okay. Because then I feel like there's tier 4, which are the big pranks, like wrapping the entire city. But I cannot think of a egg equivalent.
Like he could drop a bomb that looks like an egg,
Cluck, cluck, motherfuckers.
or he could fly a plane over and just drop thousands of eggs on a city.
Yes.
Ooh, okay, so it's not bigger eggs, it's more eggs.
Yeah,
That's why he was running around. He needed every single egg. he could
that's
get.
why he needed all the eggs.
Give me these eggs. I need them.
He got arrested right away. This was the first house he went to.
But later he got out and figured out better ways to get eggs.
And then running around naked with just a mop on your
He
head.
just has
Listen, he doesn't have a choice about the mop.
His-
He can put on clothes, but
his base is just full of chickens that are mass producing eggs. He just needs a constant supply of eggs.
dun, 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 dun. That song.
That old trope. Weaknesses? What if people don't appreciate his pranks?
Then does he get bummed out?
Like, what's the reaction he's going for? Are people like, is he looking for people like, oh, what? Or is it like, oh, you got me? Is that what he's going for?
Does he say chill, bro? It's just a prank, and then points to the camera.
That's what every time he's
He
getting
always
arrested.
says
Every
it.
time he's getting arrested, he's chill. It was just a prank. Come on, man.
Just a prank.
Just a
Be
prank.
cool.
Come on. You bombed a city. Like, no. But what happens if people are like, that was okay, I guess.
So he like.
I'm just putting that forth as a possible weakness.
What if his weakness is if he gets pranked, he can't stand it?
Oh, so he's just blinded?
Yeah, I don't know. Like if someone goes to shake his hand, but they have one of those buzzers on it.
Oh, that's a good prank.
And then-
Yeah, that's a good one. That's like a classic.
Yeah, that's classic.
So what would he do if he got pranked? I don't
He'd
think that's really a weakness. Like, okay, I
Shit
buzz his
pants.
hands.
Maybe he like gets knocked out by it. I don't know.
Maybe
Shit.
he has some sort of crisis where if he's the one who gets pranked, he like has some sort of existential crisis. and
Okay,
he's
yeah, maybe.
down and out for a little bit.
And the police finally figure that out that they have to just start pranking him, so they start like handing him jars of peanuts, but little snakes pop out,
Oh,
and
man.
he starts like backing down.
It's a good prank. It's a good prank.
This is a classic. This is my favorite prank.
What's the prank where you? No, never mind.
What?
You mean were you thinking of the bear trap one? 'Cause I already said that
Classic
one.
bear trap. No, I think where you put like hair dye in shampoo or something.
Yeah.
And then I was trying to think of an escalation of that.
That's a prank. Well, then he puts Nair in it instead of.
Oh, that's tier 2. The
he
next
affects
one
the whole
is.
water supply with Nair.
Is he
Oh,
trying
God.
to kill people, or is he?
I think he's just pranking.
I think
Yeah,
he's
he's
not
just
trying
pranking
to kill
hard.
people, but sometimes he goes a little too far.
And does he care then, or is he just like, eh?
Yeah, they couldn't handle the prank.
Yeah, that's true.
Couldn't do it.
Every single time he's just like, it was just a joke.
Come on, bro.
It's just a prank. Come on. What are you doing? Lifetime in prison? Come on. It's just a prank. You egged the White House. Oh, come on.
He killed the president.
You egged it with a dinosaur egg from the Smithsonian. What? Come on.
The thing was
That's
priceless.
funny.
It's ruined now.
No, there's
funny.
a
I saw you laugh. You thought it was funny.
there's a camera right there, bro.
Is he a big fan of Punk'd?
Yeah, he loves Punk'd.
Ashton
It's
Kutcher's his
favorite
idol.
Oh, man.
He keeps trying to like pretend he's on Punk'd. Like, ha, you got punked. It's like, well, you did electrocute a man.
He's like,
with a
he
hand
grabs
buzzer.
him by the shoulder and points off in the distance, and like there's a camera there. Ah, you got punked. This is for you, Ashton.
Ashton has had to come out multiple times and be like, I don't support him or his activities.
I don't know who this guy is.
Maybe. Oh, what if? Oh, man. The police, they can't catch this guy. They're desperate. He keeps pranking everybody. He gets away with it every time.
Yes, I know. Okay,
They,
yeah.
they go to their special red phone. They
Yes.
dust it off. They dial the one button, and who picks up the phone but Ashton Kutcher?
Hello, this is Ashton.
We need you for one last job, Ashton.
I said I was out of the game.
I'll do it, but it's not for you. And he points to the city. It's for them.
Or he just like looks over in the corner. It's for the 5 orphans that I've adopted and I'm teaching to read.
That sounds like Ashton.
That's good old
I
Ashton.
think he is actually a legit guy. I think he and Mila Kunis work with like helping find like sex traffickers, basically.
Well, that's actually really cool.
Yeah,
But no, he's got to come out of
but not in
retirement.
this universe.
He's got to come out one last.
Mila, I'm sorry, I have to stop finding sex traffickers. I gotta go punk
It
this
really
guy.
puts a strain on their marriage. Are they married? I don't even know.
I
Yeah.
believe so. They have a kid, I think.
Oh, cool. Well, I mean, that doesn't mean they're married, Nathan.
I was just adding to the situation.
Oh, yeah, they're
Okay.
married.
So his weakness is Ashton Kutcher.
Ashton
His
Kutcher is
weakness
the.
is being pranked, and Ashton Kutcher is the best at exploiting that weakness.
I mean, yeah, who in the world is actually better than Ashton Kutcher at pranking? No one.
I can't. Wait, hold. Ah, it's just the Kutch.
The Cooch.
Oh,
Do we
Yeah, we do.
want to move on to maybe thinking up a name?
yeah. But before we do that, let's hear a promo from another podcast.
Hey everybody, we are the Derailers, Goobs, Ripken, and Jenny Bean, and you can join us once every week for a brand new derailment. It includes sidetracking, randomness, we just can't stay on topic.
You can follow us on Instagram and Twitter at The Derailers.
And please subscribe to us on iTunes, Stitcher, and also on YouTube.
And we're back. That was a great promo, and that is
Sure
a
was,
podcast
Drew.
you should all listen to.
Sure was, Drew.
I feel like we sound too
Cheesy?
cheesy with that, but we actually mean it. You should listen to that. Yeah, name. What's a name?
What's in a name?
What is a name?
It's a noun.
Somebody help me, I
isn't
can't
it?
remember
It's
what
a
a
proper
name is.
noun.
Yeah. So we got mop
Could
and we
do-
got pranks.
You could do trickster, you could do
Well-
prankster,
I feel like
you could do mop head.
the the name I thought of is too. The only thing that I had come up with is too straightforward. It's we kept saying the word pranking, and I was like pranking, prank king, but I was like it's too. It's right. I don't know. It's too. It's right. It's too right there.
It could be Frank King.
That could be his real name.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there we go. What's another word for prank?
Mop top. That's not another word for prank. That's a name idea. He could be a jester.
What if we just call them shenanigans?
Shenanigan.
Or we could call him Nanigan, and then if there's ever a female version of him that comes up, she can be she Nanigan.
Oh my god! I think we should just make a female version of her right now. There's Nanigan.
And she Nanigan.
Okay, all right. Now we need to make another origin story. Where does she come from?
Shit. Oh, beans. Did she? Okay, so the vision I sort of had of her in my head is sort of like her hair all kind of stands out on end, and so I was thinking like maybe she got hit by she's one of the people who got zapped by like one of those super powered hand buzzers, but it was like actually electrical, and it like impacted her.
Oh, so it's not.
I don't know. What do you guys think?
So you're saying that two separate instances drove these people insane and to do the same things?
I guess the only thing, and I guess I suppose, were you thinking that maybe he would cause it to happen to her?
I was thinking that, but then I was like, that's pretty much Harley Quinn.
Yeah, I kind of like.
Well, I mean, she didn't. I mean, I guess you could argue that, but I think that would be a little bit different. I think because that his whole thing was like that he like she was his therapist, and this is just he did.
Oh, so she should be
one of his
therapist.
pranks affected her. No.
Right?
No, Drew, no, you're going the opposite direction.
Okay. What if we named her Harleen?
No.
Again.
Harleen Nanigan.
So, like, are they rivals at first then? Pranking, like, wanting to do the better prank?
Wait, so what is her actual origin story?
I think someone that he pranked one too many times, and then she went crazy, and then she went crazy, and then they teamed up, and he was just like, yes, finally someone gets it.
I kind of like them being rivals at first, at least.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like they keep pranking, and their pranks keep escalating and escalating. At some point, they're just like, they're basically on the top of a building, and like, I don't know, snakes are flying out of garbage cans on one side, and like buckets of water are falling. The giant bucket of water is falling off the building on the other side, and they're just like out of breath, and they're like, holy shit, you're actually my like soulmate in this now. Like we get each other.
It's a tale as old as time.
Mm-hmm.
Prank as old as
Nanigan
rhyme.
and the she Nanigan.
Can her name be Fran King and his name be Tom Foolery?
Yes.
I mean,
yes, they can.
Yeah.
All right, that was an easy name, Nanigan. It's like he
Nanigan.
named himself in anticipation of this.
I'm gonna find her. She's out there somewhere.
I'm gonna find
Maybe it's the mop talking, but
And so then he was like, when she finally went crazy, he was like, yes, and then she was like, she started off in revenge, and he just wasn't prepared for that. It escalated into a huge war, whatnot.
Does she have a broom glued to her head?
Well, Nate had the funny thing with the hair.
yeah, but I mean,
But the broom.
well, I mean,
Maybe she has a bucket permanently on one of her feet.
A mop bucket.
ooh, he gets her with one of his bucket pranks, and it's stuck on her head, so she like cuts holes in there for eyes, so she can see.
What was it filled with? Glue?
Yes,
Classic.
yes, it was. That's how he escalated.
Okay. So then he just cut out. Do we cut out just eye holes? Is she also naked? That's another thing.
I guess
She
I mean,
kind of. I think it basically has to be if she's
equality for all.
If she is-
equal nudity.
everyone naked. That's what I've been saying for years now.
You have.
Yeah, I have, and that's why you stole my clothes that one time in high school.
Classic.
Oh, cool. We made 2. Haven't made 2 heroes in a while.
Villains.
2 villains. I really do like villains. Anything else to discuss there? Comic book cover?
So I mean, it's got to be a prank, right?
Yeah, and one of their extreme pranks. What if? Okay, so it's a giant swirly in a lake in the middle of the city, and what like comedically, he has tied up every single person all in one group, hanging upside down and being lowered in to this whirlpool. Are they both there? Is Nanigan and she Nanigan?
Yes. And they have some. It's like the comic book cover is situated such that like they both have tasteful nudity coverings.
How what would that look like?
Like
Maybe.
well, it'll be fun. It'll be funny because there's like a big like beam of wood flying by, like a big post, and that's what's like covering his dingus.
Why is that flying
And so-
out?
Okay, fine. He's standing in front of I don't know, like a fire hydrant or something,
Aha!
and
He's in front. He's being
she's-
covered by the crank that he's turning to lower them,
Yes,
and she's bent over laughing.
because she's having a great. They're having
Yeah,
a great time.
the prank, successful prank.
Perfect. Good job, Drew.
Yeah. All right. I think we've hit everything there. The costume was pretty easy.
Yeah, he made it for us.
And basically all we talked about was how these two people's master plans involved huge pranks on entire cities. So that's fun. Isn't that fun? It's a prank. Guys, it's a prank. Come on. Come on. All right, then I guess I will wrap this up. So this has been issue number 33 of Headline Heroes, featuring our new supervillain team, Nanigan and She-Nanigan. As always, we wanted to take this time to thank Brett Jacobson, who created the art for our show. Brett, it would be great if you could listen to our podcast, Tanner tells me.
We'd also like to thank Carl Sorensen. So he's the one who did all the music that you ever hear in the episode, the intro, the outro, any incidental music we have for between. And he does all the production for our episode too. So we ship it off to him after Drew edits it, and he makes it sound very nice. And he is always looking to help out other podcasts. His services are available for hire. He'll do post-production or intro music, outro music, whatever you are looking for, he can provide. And you can find him and more about him and how to contact him at carljsorensen.com.
Let's see. If you have any articles you'd like to see us discuss, our email is headlineheroescast@gmail.com. We have a Twitter, and you can tweet them at us at headline_heroes and give us a follow there to see us tweet random things. If you're listening to this on Apple Podcasts or on Stitcher or any other app that allows you to leave a review, we'd really appreciate if you'd do that. A rating, 5 stars, 5, whatever it is. And then just a quick thing. Tell us what you like. Tell us what you don't like. Tell us Nathan's pretty.
Please, somebody sued, please.
He's desperate, folks. Thank
I'm
you for
withering
joining.
without the attention. Help me.
Thank you for joining us, and we hope you'll pick up the next issue of Headline Heroes.